Good evening and welcome to the War Room. Tonight I'd like to do an unboxing of the Italian Bersaglieri bolt-action starter army I just received. I love the box art already. I like this a lot. And they've got great pictures. They even have some painting instructions and a list of what's in here and a nice picture of what's in here on one side of the box. And on the end, another nice picture, and the graphics and the pictures are beautiful. I really like their artwork. And let's take a look and see what's in here. I picked the Bersaglieri because of the uniforms, basically. And I wanted to do an Italian army to go along with my British and I got British and Russians and a lot of Americans and all kinds of good stuff for playing bolt action. So first thing we've got is a pretty detailed set of instructions, it looks like, for the building the tank, which is pretty involved. A lot of interior detail as well as good exterior detail, and you can make it in one of two versions. You can either make it as the M1441, which was a pretty standard Italian tank during the war, or you can build it as the Semovente 7518. And it looks like there's a couple of options on how you can complete it either way, and some crew, etc., if you want to build it with the crew. So I like the looks of that. I don't know, as personally myself, I don't know if I'm going to do all the interior detail. I think I'm going to do the Semovente, and but maybe I'll do the tank. The tank has a lot of firepower for bolt action just because it has 4 different machine guns with 5 shots each, so you can, it's quite a mobile pillbox. And a nice little instruction for the uniforms and the NCO sleeve insignia on one side, and another little chart diagram and a picture of the sprue with what's what. The only thing I would say, a little minor criticism, is they don't tell you which arms go best with which body figure. But I guess you can figure that out as you go along. But they do give you a nice list of what's in here and the different parts and pieces. And I won't take it out of the baggie here, but here's all of the parts and pieces for the tank, whichever version you decide to build. And I think I'm going to go with the Semovente for the firepower of the HE rounds. And then you get a Breda 20mm anti-aircraft gun in metal. Nice metal figures, it looks like. So you get one of those, and you get a medium machine gun and mortar team with good metal figures. It doesn't look like there's a lot of flash that will have to be taken off of the figures. We'll open it up and just take one out at random here to get a look at it. But I don't see a lot of flash or filing that'll have to be done. The barrel on his gun's a little bent, but I notice that has a tendency to happen. So there's a few things that will have to be cleaned up on him, but overall appears to be a pretty nice metal figure, like most of the bolt action I've ever seen are very, very nice. Now oh, let's see what else we got. a Bersaglieri headquarters unit. Looks like we've got an officer, of course, and let's see, we'll dump these guys out and see what we've got here. I believe we've got a radio operator, and yeah, we've got an officer with a map, and looks like an extra soldier to protect the officer, a bugler, and let's see, who's the extra arm for? Oh, the arm must be for the these two fellows. Yeah, is that a radio he's got there? I'm not entirely sure. He's got maybe it's a medic. Yeah, apparently it's a medic bandaging somebody up. So no radio operator. But yeah, the Italian Bersaglieri Starter Army headquarters is what's in here. So we'll just set that to one side. And we also get smoke, flame, and burning set of markers that you can put on bases and extrude out to sort of make it look like smoke and flame. All right, so we've got, looks like 6 figures to a sprue, and 1 kneeling, and then 5 in different action poses. You've got some, which I like as an improvement. At first, I never liked plastic figures. Mostly it was because I didn't know how to put them together right. But then I got watching a YouTube video on how to assemble them and to use the right glue. Don't use zap glue, use plastic glue. And so once I started using plastic glue, I had a lot better results. And I've painted up over 200 figures last fall that I had kicking around for years. And some that people had given me, and some that I had gotten at different shows, some metal, but most were plastic. And now that I've got the hang of it, I kind of like them. The only thing is a little confusing is which arms go best with which figure. But from looking at the box art and the different pictures, I guess I can figure that out. What have we got? Pouches, various pouches. And one thing about this that I like that'll be easier is the arms come with a set of arms and the rifle already in it, or a single arm with the rifle already in it, so you don't have to fiddle around trying to glue that in there, or the binoculars already in the hand, etc., etc. So it looks like you got 6 figures per sprue. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those for the plastic figures. And then you've got the various bases, different size bases for the machine gun teams, etc., etc. And you've got a couple of cards for the vehicle, depending upon which way you decide to make it, as either the Semovente 7518 or the medium M1340. So yeah, it gives you the points and yeah, the weapon stat options, special rules. Oh, that's a nice feature that they've added now, apparently, to their boxes. And we've got a couple of different sets of decals, so you can either use it as a captured British 7th Army tank, and so they give you the decals for that, or you can make it as a German tank, German service, or of course the Italian markings for Italian service. And then you've got the different cap badges and shoulder markings for rank and etc. So altogether, it looks like a great box set. And as I said, I really like their plastic figures now because of the detail that they have in them. And they actually paint up, I think, easier than the metal figures tend to. I don't know why, but there's a lot of nice detail on the various figures and a lot of nice details so you can make them up in a lot of different ways. A bunch of different helmets or heads, some kind of fez, which I don't think I've ever seen a picture of, and then of course the desert sun helmet with the famous feathers on it, which is, I think, what I'm going to paint them up as. And then I also believe there is, let's see, you've got the desert, yeah, you've got the desert pith helmet type setup, and heads for that, or heads for just the regular metal helmet if you want to paint them up for the Eastern Front, or later on in Italy or possibly Sicily. I think you could go either way in North Africa, but so they give you quite a few options and quite a lot of nice detail. I'm looking forward to getting started on it. And let's see, oh yeah, there's 4 I wanted to mention, right? So there's 6/6, there's 36 plastic figures, and then we've got 4 metal in the headquarters, 4 metal figures. It looks like another 5 figures here in the mortar MMG team. Seems like there ought to be 6. Oh yeah, 6. He's a guy laying down. So yeah, you've got 6 figures there. So that's another 10. And then on the Breda 20 millimeter, you've got, looks like 3 figures running that. So you've got 36, 46, looks like 49 figures altogether, and a choice of the 2 vehicles. So looks like a great set, and I can't wait to get started on it. And maybe I'll try and do a painting video or 2 later on as I go. The only other one I ever did was the micro armor, so maybe I'll try one. But thanks again for watching and tuning in to the channel, and I hope you found this somewhat informative, and look forward to seeing you all again. And take care, have a happy new year, and remember, no fighting in the war room. Take care.